This video is sponsored by Deep Cut Studios. For a wide range of fantastic gaming resources such as battle mats, dice trays and pre-painted bases, check out the description below.
Hi guys, and welcome back to TNG Productions. My name is Tom and I'm joined by
Ben.
And what are we playing?
Playing Star Wars Legion.
Finally the erratas dropped. Like we started this series and then like AMG were like, we're going to have an errata and then nothing. And then Alex came and we're like, what, a few days in? And we're like, record straight
after
away.
the Republic spin.
After, I mean, Ian is currently behind the camera and we are both just going to acknowledge the fact that all of the models he played in the first game have been errata. How's Rex doing? How's he doing?
Not well.
Yeah, he's gone up in points, hasn't he? Surprised that. And that clanker's kind of funny how that works out, isn't it? Speaking of errata, it's mainly affected me. You've been alright because you're bringing droids today.
Yeah, droids, they're new like the Republic, but generally unsafe. A few points here or there.
It's mainly the clones that have been hit. But the Empire's had some new tweaks, which we'll talk through in a second. So if you haven't seen the first episode of this, I do encourage you to go back. I am using the same list for 3 games in a series for this kind of first season. And a guest is bringing in a new list. So as Ben said today, he's going to bring in the droids. So we'll show you those lists and then we'll set up for the game. And here is my force for today's battle report. And if you saw the last one, you know exactly what I've got. But we have seen some errata changes, particularly to Lord Darth Vader. He now has Compel Trooper, which is pretty good. And also one of his command cards has been improved quite a bit. He now has activating, getting a dodge on his implaceable 1-pip, which is pretty tasty. Does mean he's gone up in cost. It takes me to 501 points, a little bit law breaky, but Ben is very kind. Let me get away with it for that extra point. So he's there with his saber throw and his force push. We've got the shore troopers again with the extra man and the T12B or 21B even. We've got 2 squads of stormtroopers. One of them has an extra life for the DLT just to do some shooting. And then we've got the rocket launcher squad, which is going to be invaluable because Ben has bought a tank and I'm terrified of it. So let's try and get a shot off. And then we've got our little speeder bikes at the back. They are quite nippy, quite explodable, 3 wounds each. Main aim, basically chuck suppression at stuff, but obviously the droids are a little bit different, which Ben will talk about in a moment. So let's go have a look at them. And this is Ben's beautifully painted skirmish list coming in with the droids. What have we got here then, mate?
Yep, so we've gone a bit thematic, possibly Phantom Menace-y with the AAT, Darth Maul, the probe droids, B1 battle droids. Just nice thematic way to put the list together.
Yeah, we're liking the fluffy lists, aren't we?
Yeah. And obviously, you might think there's no commander unit there. The AAT has the T-Series Tactical Droid Pilot. That is a field commander. So we're taking advantage of the fairly newish still opportunity there. So that will lead the army.
Your commander's slightly bigger than mine.
Yeah. And that's also got 2 upgrades as well for the shells, the armour-piercing shells, the high-energy shells, and you get to take 2 options. They both cycle as well.
It's got arsenal, hasn't it? It can fire both, can't it?
Yeah, so it's got 2 base weapons, 2 lots of shells. The shells cycle, so they'll come back down with each other depending on which is used. So
brilliant.
It's obviously there. That's my main damage dealer in the team.
We've got an operative.
Got the operative, Darth Maul. He's got quite a few upgrades, 2 force slots, so he's got anger and saber throw. Have to take the saber through when you've got that. When you've got that, yep. And 2 training icons. So we've got the stance, offense, defense. It's going to start in defense naturally.
Perfect.
And duck and cover as well in case he gets left a bit exposed in the open.
He's really interesting because when he takes a wound, he gets really good, doesn't he?
Yeah. So his Geo Mastery, once he's wounded, he then can perform 3 actions, which is obviously very useful for action economy.
And he's got ways of wounding himself with his command cards.
Yes.
And then you've got 2 squads of droids.
Yep, so 2 squads of B1s. The blue unit is just a standard squad. Red unit, standard plus 1 upgrade card. The E5 CB1, so brings 3 black dice. I think that's quite a favourite one. There's others which are heavier hitting, but they have to be recovered. So that's the dependable, reliable one. And we shouldn't forget the probe droids. They're sort of lurking just behind Darth Maul.
I almost forgot these guys.
They're easily forgotten. They're incognito. It's only natural.
And they can be a scoring unit at the end of the game, can't they, when they drop the incognito?
Yeah, we'll probably get into incognito rules during the game, but effectively it gives them a bit of... They're effectively hidden at the start, but for objective play, that gives them an opportunity to come into the end game.
Yeah, it only drops when you do basically an intervening action, isn't it?
Yeah.
So what makes these droids unique then? What rules do they have that's different from Empire and the clones that we saw last time?
So we're seeing droid trooper units. So 3 of them in this list, including the probe droids and 2 B1s. So droid troopers cannot be suppressed, but they can panic, but then they don't gain the benefits of improving your cover from having suppression tokens. So
double-edged sword.
Double-edged sword, yeah.
What about this AI mechanic then?
So B1 battle droids obviously have AI attack, so if we don't get orders to them, and this, I know general Separatist players to get your B1 order chain started, this list doesn't really do that, so it's a bit of a limitation, but the B1s are sort of added into this.
Yeah.
So I expect they will have to AI at some point.
So they basically have like an automatic protocol they must follow if they've not got a direct order.
Yeah.
That's really thematic and fluffy, that's really cool.
And obviously, I suppose the usual thing is you can't get aim token if you want to shoot because you have to attack
Because they're straight away going
Because they're straight away, yeah.
Fantastic.
The tank loses its AI just from its having the tactical pilot there.
There's a commander in there being like, beep boop, you do with this instead.
Yeah.
Really, really cool, really beautifully painted. I mean, we've talked about the tank off camera before. We're all like nodding here. It's just stunning job, mate. So let's go set up the board and see exactly what we're fighting over today. And here we are, all set up for today's game. I'm calling this a Jedi Temple world of some sort.
Yeah.
You know, it's convincing.
Yeah.
And you can see that we've deployed in flanking positions or giant tank positions in your... The tank takes up an entire flank on its own. So this is the L-shaped one. And actually, really interestingly, we've also gone with a scenario breach, which is the one that says, at the end of the game, each player gains 2 VP for each of their unit leaders, basically in your opponent's deployment zone. So we are going to have to get stuck into each other, aren't we?
It's all about movement.
Yeah, and speaking of movement, our troops are coming in war-weary, very sadly, because we burned the clear conditions in the last battle report. So
Nice theme there between those two.
It is. I'm not
they
sure.
come out randomly.
I'm not sure how droids are war-weary. Are they just rusting a little bit?
Yeah, maybe. Yeah, we'll have to go with that. Yeah.
But this is the one that essentially, when you want to measure your commander for courage, you reduce it by 2. So it's basically range 1, which, you know, I'm instantly regretting Vader going all the way over there. But aside from that, we're pretty well set up. Any thoughts for yours? I can see Maul is lurking.
Yeah, 2 big hitters on my team. The tank, they say, just taking one side pretty much on its own. Maul lurking in the background.
You've got a nice droid cluster there. They're all well built together. I've got a little bit more spread out, but I think my speed bikes are going to dart ahead and do what they can do relatively early. So without further ado, let's reveal our command cards. Let's see what you've gone for, my love. I've gone for a 2-pip with push.
And I've gone 2-pip as well with calling an orbital strike.
Oh, that sounds terrifying. So we're going to have to roll a die, aren't we? So for this one, it's a red die. I'm going to claim shields, and then surges and blanks will be you.
Yep.
That is surge, so you will have priority. So without further ado, let's start this game. And here we are, we've issued our orders, and naturally mine's gone on Vader and the speed bikes, because then I've got kind of token control with the rest. You, mate?
Yep, I've basically no choice. It's one commander or heavy unit, and the tank is playing field commander in this one, so it takes both.
Ben's been threateningly like measuring with the measuring sticks off camera here. I'm terrified already. So come on, let's see what the droids do in turn 1.
Okay, so we've got priority, and the tank's got the order from the command card, so it seems natural that the tank should.
I'm immediately terrified.
Rolling.
Like, we can hear bonfire night, like fireworks going off outside. I feel like it's going to be on the battlefield as well.
Okay, so we've measured, and the tank is at range 4 of the speeder bikes at the minute.
Yes.
Within range 4, so we don't need to move. So we're going to perform an aim action first of all. I'll give it an aim token. And then we're going to perform its first attack. Now, we've got T-Series tactical droids, so we've lost AI attack. Wouldn't matter this turn because we've got the order anyway.
Yep.
But we have got the high energy shells, which are ready to go, alongside its artillery laser cannon and arsenal 2. So both of those weapons into the range 4 attack.
Lovely. Pool. Go on then. So my speed bikes do benefit from cover. They've flown in through trees. So that might help. No, it's not going to help. Go ahead, blast away, mate.
So we've got 4 red dice on the coming from the laser cannon, then 2 red and a white coming from the high energy shells. Critical 3 stacking between the 2 of them put together.
Lovely. Go for it. Roll a bucket of death at me. That is a bucket of death. Do you have any surges?
We've got critical 3 between the 2 weapons. So critical 2 and 1 stacking. So
everything will surge to a crit there.
Yeah.
Lovely. So, I mean, it's possible I could survive. It's not. Does this one surge?
Oh, sorry, we've turned 3 of them there.
Lovely. Right.
Sorry, we turned 3.
Turn 3. Okay. So that one doesn't hit, no.
Nope.
I have cover. So take away 1 of your dice. That's totally going to work. Right. 5 dice. Oh, speeder bikes. They've got 3 health each though, and you know they do surge on defense. Come on, live. Well, stars means so that one's going to explode.
Yeah.
And this one is on a singular wound. And I believe they get a little bit of a suppression. It's not so much a suppression in this sense. It's more literally a nuke has came out of nowhere and hit them. I mean, the upside is their courage dash, so actually their vehicles, they're not going to worry about this, are
they don't need a suppression.
But yeah, that one guy, he's literally looking behind at where his mate just was, and now he's just been pulverised. Orbital bombardment, I dare to ask for it. Are you gonna blast?
So obviously coming back to the command phase, we've got the orbital strike. So at the end of the activation, we can form an attack using the tanks. It's got the field command upgrade, as just mentioned, using the weapon which is 4 or beyond, which puts this stormtrooper unit that's next to Darth Vader.
You want my rocket launcher? This is the rare occasion of somebody valuing that rocket launch.
And they've got 2 red, 2 black dice on this weapon.
Lovely.
So I'll just move those out.
We've still got your aim token to spend
and we've
as well.
got the aim token as well. Could have used that to try and get the last one on the speeder bike, so I have to see if that was a good move or not, but it's saved for here. Essentially,
3 hits.
I'll spend the aim token to reroll that one.
4 hits.
Which goes to 4 hits.
Lovely. No cover or anything because this is coming from space, isn't it? So, red dice on defense though.
Yeah.
Potentially doable. Oh,
it's not bad.
dice. I will take it.
Yeah.
1 death. However, these guys definitely will get suppressed.
It's a suppressive weapon, so they get 2.
2 suppression, right?
Yeah.
Just as well Vader is there to bully them. Anything else, mate?
No. That's the tanks first.
That was
punishment.
That was brutal. Well, this speeder bike he's just like, well, if we're going to get nuked out the sky, I might as well go early. So he's going to take his compulsory move to start with, which gets him, we pre-measured it basically about there, doesn't it, mate?
Yeah.
And he's going to fire some shots after he's aimed. Let's do that first, sensible Tom. At the tank. How many wounds does the tank have before it gets repair issues?
6 is its resilience value.
Lovely. Well, this is impact 1, so prepare for this. I'm definitely going to get down to 6 straight away. 1 of each coloured dice. Let's see how we do. We do surge to hit. So, impact 1 is one
there's
of
no
these
cover, so... Yeah.
So, should I spend my aim token, see if I can fish for crits for the other 2? Probably makes sense, doesn't it? I re-roll these 2 dice.
Yeah.
See if we can get some crits. We just surge to hit there, which will be eaten by it, won't it? So that is... 1 impact shot going through. I'm protected. Never mind. And that is my scouts all finished.
Okay, so I've drawn a trooper unit from the order pool. Basically got red unit or blue unit. Red are sort of penned in a bit at the minute. The tanks of saying go that way round, so we'll go with blue unit because they've got a bit more free space. Nothing's in range, so AI attack can't be triggered at this point.
Lovely.
So we're just going to perform a double move action. So firstly, the unit leader move to there, and then we're going to go towards this terrain here into the covert.
Into the fallen Jedi temple.
And obviously don't need to go quite the full length, and then they've completed their activation once we put them into cohesion.
Random order pool for me, and surprise, surprise, it's going to be some stormtroopers. They're going to go. So, these guys are in an interesting situation. We get to show off one of Vader's new abilities here, potentially. So, they've got to do their rally step first. Let's see how they do. They fail miserably. They would panic, but they use Vader's courage, which means they count as suppressed, which is interesting because now I can compel them as Lord Vader. So he is going to compel them, which basically means free move, at the cost of them gaining another suppression. So it's a little bit of a dodgy tactic. Now, I don't want them taking up too much of Vader's room because obviously murder needs to occur as well later. So they're going to go there, but unfortunately they are up to 3 suppression now. But the upside is they should lose it, or lose 1 at least at the end of the turn.
Yeah.
They're then going to pew into those droids that are over there. So I have got 4 white dice because obviously my rocket launcher is cumbersome, but we are counting all of these walls as hard cover, aren't we, mate?
Yes.
So I'm going to aim first, which is great with stormtroopers because they've got precise, and essentially we're going to fish for crits. That seems the sensible option. So
or enough hits.
Or enough hits, that would be lovely. So 4 dice. We do surge to hit.
Yeah.
But at the moment, that's only really 1 going through, isn't it? So I'm going to spend my aim token to re-roll these 3 and just see if we can fish for some crits. We do.
It's
we
a
get 2
good
that
roll,
ignore the cover, so that's okay. So just as well, these 2 would have gone away.
Yep.
What dice are the droids rolling for defense, mate?
Have a guess.
Is it going to be the worst ones? Are you going to be the same as me by any chance?
White dice for no surge.
Lovely, go for it. And that is 2
usual
blanks.
0.
So Now, you don't panic, but you will gain a suppression, which is just as well, because it's the only thing the Empire really do.
Yeah.
And that'll do for my Stormtroopers. They're relatively happy there. I mean, the rocket launcher guy is eternally sad, and I bet he's going to die before he gets to have a shot at the tank. But that'll do for now.
Right, we've drawn Darth Maul from the random order pool.
Terror strikes immediately.
Yeah. And Darth Maul, he's quite handy in terms of movement on the board because he's got jump 1. So he can basically
just jump straight over these rocks.
Move over these rocks quite easily. You don't have to worry about moving around the perimeter. So we're going to perform a double move with him in this first activation. So measuring that he lands over the rock pretty much takes him to there. And then pre-measuring again, he'll land just to the side of the battle droid.
It's extreme parkour there.
Yeah.
Lovely. I'm sorry, Ben, I really hate this droid unit. Like, I don't know what they've said to the Stormtroopers, but apparently it's deeply offensive and they've now got to come
I think it was Roger.
It was, they were like, my name is Pete! So basically, random order pull, that was a terrible joke, everyone comment in the comments. Well, let's go with this. I'm so ashamed I'm ad-libbing and flubbing everywhere. Right, Stormtroopers, I choose you. You are going to go over here. Captain DLT, my little baby, you'll be at the back so you don't get killed. Right, they're going to shoot. You've got hard cover. I've got an impact weapon, but there's no armor here. So it is going to be 5 white dice and 2 red dice, and hopefully your death or otherwise some dead droids in some level. Now, no aim token here, so we're just hoping for good news. Well, we surged to hit, but that would get eaten by the cover. So that is standard Stormtrooper shooting, mate. You've got 1 save to make.
1 save to make.
I mean, it's the death.
Droid defense.
And there's another suppression token for you. But do we call that a success? We call that something, don't we? Something has happened.
Okay, I've gone to the random order pool and drawn the other B1 unit. Obviously, AI attack, they're not in range of anything, capped at range 3 for this game, including the heavy. So we're just going to perform another double move. And they're going to pull in next to their friends in the blue unit.
The kill box here is what we're calling it. Do you want to give it a hand here, mate?
Yeah.
There's a lot of droids and a big tank now, which I don't really appreciate. I think you're ignoring the whole crossing the battlefield part of this, Ben. You're going for we're going to cover this place in metal.
Yeah.
The Ultron way of playing.
Yes.
Lovely. Right, over to the brave and gallant Shore Troopers who totally didn't get wiped off the board in 2 shots last game. So they are going to go, and they are led by this heroic man. He's not called Roger. And they are basically just going to shimmy on up, moving on up. And we're going to fire some bullets at the same squad because I don't like
seem to really upset them.
They have really. So we've got 5 normal shots with our E22 blasters, and then we've got the T21B that's going in, which is 2 white and 2 black. I do have critical 1, which is nice, but we don't surge in any other way. So, well, we didn't get any surges anyway. So
we've got a few hits going through.
A few hits, but we have got hard cover that will protect you, my dear. So that's 2 away.
Yeah.
So it's 4 saves on that droid unit. How many have left in that?
We've only got 3 left, and this is droid white defense.
This is droid defense.
Well, they made 1 save, but still
wipes the squad.
Not enough to keep the squad.
Lovely. Vader will be happy. He won't strangle any of those guys for this, and that'll do for the Shore Troopers.
Okay, so last in my order pool is the probe droids, the stars of this team, very much so.
The MVPs.
They start the game incognito, which gives them a bit of protection until they want to get stuck in later on. So we're going to start off and just do a double move. And obviously they can hover air 1, so we can get round their second tree as well.
I mean, that one's taken a wound straight away.
That one's gone.
He's gone. Yeah, they're going to go around the side of the ruins, and we have to make a Sophie's choice about whether I want to kill them now, aren't I?
Yeah.
Over to Lord Darth Vader. He has no fear of this big open ground that's in front of him, or more importantly, he's going to make sure his troops have no fear. Walk once, walk again. Unfortunately, there's no one to passively aggressively throw a lightsaber at. So basically, he's just going to stand there and look at Maul and be like, "Coward! Fight me! Catch me outside!" And that'll bring an end to the first turn.
Yep.
And here we are at the end of the first turn. Now, I've removed one of the suppression that I took from, Vader slapping people to make them move. But this
it was only a little airstrike.
It was only a little. It was only a baby airstrike. It was only a little tank that basically vaporised a scout trooper on his little bike. So, the Empire have gone for the full court press. The droids are being a little bit more careful, but we do have these sneaky ones incognitoing down the side. So, without further ado, we are going to reveal our pip cards. So let's see what we've gone for, mate. I've gone for a 1 pip with Implaceable.
I've gone 1 pip, and at last, we've got Maul and Vader.
Darth Maul 1. So Implaceable for me, you can see I've literally written on this because it's been errata. When Vader activates, he gains a dodge token, and this is the one that once he's activated once, he takes damage and he can shuffle his order pool back in. What does your one do?
Mine helps to buff Maul up. It's his 3 pip card that's also a 1 pip.
Very nice.
When you're building the command hand, it's the 3 pip one, but it's 1 pip for the purpose of this stage of the game. He gains an aim token and Jedi Hunter, and when he activates, he may suffer 1 wound, which is important because it gives his
Super Ninja defense is really good. So,
it gives him 3 actions basically, which you want to gain early in the game to make the most of that action economy.
Definitely. So we're going to another dice roll.
Yep.
So we'll say shields for me, surges and blanks for you.
Yep.
It's me. I'll be going first. Lovely. So we'll put our orders out, which is going to be nice and easy. We'll put your token out and we'll cut back.
Yep.
And here we are all set up, and to no surprise, Vader and Maul have got their tokens ready to go. So I'm going to do some planning. I'll go to the first activation of turn 2, which is going to be the Empire. I have bravely gone to my random order pool and look at it.
Bravely with a 75% chance of the...
Ben, look, it's brave, all right? If it's the Empire, it's brave. If it's droids, it's cowards, all right? Let's just agree with that. So, they're going to aim, because I haven't given them an order yet, because apparently that's the thing when you don't play for a while. They're going to shoot Ben. They're going to shoot at these droids over here, because I would like them to die, and if you could comply with that, I would appreciate it.
They usually do.
A million black dice, 2 white dice with the extra fancy gun. Let's see how we do. Well, that's not great to start with, is it? So I'm glad I've got the aim token.
Yep.
I'll reroll 2 of the black dice. So at the moment we've got 4 hits. We are crit 1, so if I can get a surge, that'd be great. But hard cover is going to be problematic.
Yep.
What?
To be honest, I'd have taken that.
What the hell is that dice rolling? Okay, so 2 get eaten for the hard cover.
Yep.
2 saves for you, my love.
I mean, 1 save from a B1 unit.
I mean, it's not bad. These shore troopers are the worst in the Empire. I mean, I'm going to give you that. That's my reward. You get a suppression.
You get 1 droid and 1 suppression.
Yeah, that's Empire.
Okay, we're going to activate Darth Maul now. Because of his command card at last, we have the option when he activates to suffer a wound. We're going to tactically do that because that will instigate Geo Mastery.
How does he suffer the wounds? He just like graze his calf with his lightsaber.
It's just the anger of...
just pulls at one of his horns.
Yeah.
So I think you're going to punish my terrible shore troopers here for their indiscretion, aren't you?
Yes, I think that's a pretty fair thing to do. So just to go in order, he'll suffer a wound there. Now he's carrying anger in his upgrade, so that gives him a 2nd aim token because he gains an aim.
Really going to make sure he
suffering
hits.
a wound. Then we're just going to shimmy to here, well within the distance needed.
Yep.
And then for his 2nd action, going to perform a dodge. Now, because he's got defensive stance in position, it's 2 dodge tokens, which might be useful
for
the remainder of the turn.
Yeah.
Yep. And now we're going to saber throw at the shore trooper unit.
Lovely. There is hard cover this way, or are you ignoring it? I imagine the intention is to ignore it, isn't it? So go for it, mate.
Yeah.
So this is, you've just told me about this. How does this work? Because you half your dice, but you can pick the colour.
It's half the dice, but just half the dice. So obviously the 4 red seem the best choice. So let's throw these and see how we go. He doesn't have a surge, but we've got 2 aim tokens, so I'll spend the first one for that. And that puts us on to 4.
4 saves. You are Pierce.
Pierce 2.
2, right. So... well, you happy with that one there, mate?
Yeah.
We don't surge defensively, you'll be pleased to know.
And we'll cancel both of them
so that is
with the Pierce.
4 straight dead.
Yeah.
So we're not going to take the super good gun out. We're going to take these 3 moves.
He wasn't that good, was he?
And this one. Pretty good.
Yep.
After a lot of umming and ahhing, I've gone to my random order pool and I'm going with Stormtroopers because I've pre-measured that Vader can get stuck into Maul, but because we've got War Weary, it might absolutely screw the rest of my troops. So I think I need to go at least with 1 trooper choice before all the panicky stuff starts to happen. So these lovely guys are within range as they've been shooting all day at these droids. They are going to aim because they get their precise, and then they're going to fire some shots into this red unit, mate. So this is going to be 5 white dice and 2 red for the DLT. The DLT does give us impact 1, but again, we're not attacking a vehicle, so not relevant. So, Stormtroopers suck. Right, that is 1 successful hit so far. We'll spend the aim token. Luckily, we are precise. So let's see how we do here.
That's better.
Better. It doesn't really help us with the hard cover because that means 2 will be eaten. But that's 2 shots going into your droid. It's worth us all saying very quickly. You realised about Darth Maul that he could not use his
We couldn't spend
token.
the aim token in the previous roll. Obviously, the last line of defensive stance means we can't spend the aim.
So I've gained a Shore Trooper. I've regened a Shore Trooper. So this is 2 saves for you, mate.
We sort of accumulated the aim tokens by accident from the wound. We was aiming to get the double dodges and anticipation.
Best kind of aim token, the one you just acquire randomly.
The plan was always to stay in defensive stance. So,
2 saves for you. That's another 2 dead.
Typical none.
That'll do. That's another suppression for you. And that will do for my activation with the Stormies.
Right, I've gone to the random order pool, and we've got the probe droids. Don't know if they wanted them to come out just yet at this stage of the thing.
Sneaky droids.
But they're just going to double move, so we can see that there's ample room for them to double move just the edge of this blocking terrain.
Yeah, well, technically, even though you've got them on stands, we can't see each other there, which is exactly what you're going for, isn't it?
Yeah.
Right, we're going to do an exercise in trust here because Vader's going to stop babysitting my forces and he's going to go forward. So he activates, he gains a dodge token, which he's absolutely not going to need this turn. Now we've pre-measured all of this. First thing he's going to do, he's going to take a move action. He's going to go directly towards the fray, and that is the first action he's going to do. He's then, surprisingly, nudged him back there, going to move a second time to this position here. And at the end of that, he's going to use his Relentless to lob a lightsaber.
Yeah.
It's hard cover either way over this very shin-height wall that he can't throw his lightsaber over. I'm just going to keep peppering the droids, mate. I think that's the sensible thing to do, because you have got a dodge token on Maul still, haven't you?
2.
2 dodge tokens on him. So I think it makes sense to do that. So we're just going to shimmy ourselves up to here, just so you can see the action. So 3 red die going over. It's impact 3, pierce 3, but doesn't make much difference with half cover. We're just going to see what we can do.
Yeah.
That is 2 successes, which annoyingly gets swallowed up by the hard cover. No benefits, no rerolls or anything like that. And then I'm just going to force push Darth Maul into combat with me, because that seems hilarious. So we've pre-measured this. You are within range 1. You can just jump over this anyway. It makes no odds. But it does get us to what everybody wants to see.
Yes.
Sith on Sith action. And Vader basically takes a wound, and he now shuffles his order pool back into the rest of them.
Okay, so I've gone to the random order pool and drawn a tank.
I was hoping I'd slyly shuffled that out of your random order pool when you weren't looking there, but sadly not.
We know that the tank, it's in range 3 of the speeder bike, and it's in range 4 of some of the other troops as well. And there's a rocket launcher that wants to hit the tank.
But you're going to double move this activation, aren't you, Ben? You're not going to fire any bullets at me.
I think we're going to fire.
Oh, right. That's
going to perform an aim action.
Yep.
And then, as I say, it's Arsenal 2. I'm going to split fire, so we're going to send one toward the
speed bikes.
Towards the speeder bike, which is the armour-piercing shells, and the armour bit doesn't matter, but it's more that they're the range 3 weapon.
Lovely.
And then the base unit, the laser cannon, will try and hit the rocket before the rocket.
It's the fear of that rocket launcher. Go for it then, mate. So you're going to fire at the speeder bike. I am in cover 1, luckily, because I'm a speeder bike.
Yep.
2 hits.
You get 2.
He's on 1 wound left, so you choose.
I'm going to use the aim on that just to see. To make it 3.
Lovely. So that is 1 taken away from the cover.
Yep.
And then that is 2 saves I need to make on white dice, but I do surge defensively. Live or die. Or die.
I wanted to make doubly sure. I didn't want to...
Well, you made him doubly dead, is what you did. So
if you'd rolled 1 save and I'd left the aim, it would have been...
Yeah, definitely would be kicking yourself, wouldn't you? So that is the speed bike out of commission. You're then going to shoot at this tactical squad. Oh God, terrible game.
Tactical squad.
Ignore what I said. I've been teaching kids 40k because that's a stupid thing to do with my life. Right, go on, shoot ahead at my stormtrooper. Oh dear God.
The aim. We got the 4 hits.
I am suppressed though. So do you remove one because I get light cover?
You've got light cover because they're so good at being shot, basically.
Right, red dice for the stormtroopers, but again, no surges for them. 1 save, so 2 will die. Do you know what, Ben? That's very convenient.
Because the rocket
these 2 guys are going to die.
But they do get another suppression.
They do gain another suppression. They can't use Vader's courage. There's every chance panic attacks are going to come in.
Yep.
Anything else for your tank?
Oh no, it's done. It's okay for now.
It's done good.
Yeah.
Right, over to me, and we're going to go to the random pool, and you can see it's these stormtroopers who can't compel, because even though Vader is within range for the compel, they're not within range to use courage stuff because they're war weary.
Yeah.
So
the condition card coming into the game.
Yeah, it is coming in. So rally step.
they've done well.
They've got one away, but unfortunately that is still double their courage, mate, which I believe means that they are panicked, doesn't it? So they make an immediate retreat away from the world. So they're just going to go back into my deployment zone. Who needed anything else? Who needed to do anything else? There's no need for it. They're literally just
I like how the guy with the biggest gun, the rocket launch, has just decided, let's go backwards.
He's just getting into a more tactical position. Yeah. Like, it's range 4. He wants to use the full extent of that range 4.
Okay, so I've gone to my random pool with one left. It's the B1 battle droids. Now, they need to rally first, but they're within range 1 the tank. So although they've got 2 suppression tokens, they won't panic.
Just push those forward, mate, so people can see. Unfortunately, it's a nothing.
Yeah, but obviously droid troopers don't get suppressed, but they're within range 1, so they don't panic. So
well, your AI is going to kick in here, though, isn't it?
Yeah, first use of the AI. Basically, we know we're in range 3 of both of those trooper units over there, so we're going to have a pot shot at the shores. We've got the A5C B1, so we do bring some extra dice into this attack pool.
So you got rolling space there, mate. We have got hard cover, though, protecting us, which is nice.
And basically...
One hit going through.
2 of them, so it's 1 hit.
Lovely. And shore troopers have got a red dice on their defence.
Yeah.
Which they don't surge defensively. It retakes out the regen one. Yeah. And they gain another suppression
The B1s
token.
have seen it come back and be like,
they're like, no, just no.
Yeah. It basically gives them 1 action left because of the AI. Couldn't put an aim in, so we might as well. Actually, I might do a recovery action because I think they're going to be fairly safe from shooting. So take with the suppression.
Perfect. Right, well, there's only one left for me. It's going to be Lord Vader, and this is going to be the start of exactly what we're here for. He is simply going to aim. He's going to really line up his lightsaber, and then he's going to swing at Maul. This is going to be 6 mighty red dice of justice. You are immune to pierce, though, which is quite good. So let's see how we do. Well, that went well.
Yep.
I mean, I could spend it, but there's no point really at this stage. So, 6 hits.
Yep, spend 2 dodge tokens.
So that will eliminate 4 of these.
Well, 2 of them.
2 of them, sorry.
Yeah. Leave 4.
I mean, yeah. I don't want 4 to take away. I don't want that. You're on 5 wounds though, so this isn't killing you.
Nope. And I've gained deflect from spending that, so defensive surge is available.
That is always good.
Which is 3 of them.
Lovely. So you take a wound.
A wound.
Take a tickle.
Yep.
And that is going to bring us to the end of the turn there. And here we are at the end of turn 2, and I think Vader's leading the line for me, but you've got these sneaky droids that are trying to...
They're trying to infiltrate their way around, not strictly infiltrate in this game, but manoeuvre their way around the board in this method.
I'm happy that my suppression has dropped down a little bit, because I kind of needed it to that turn. So, it's interesting. We've got the big Jedi fight in the middle, which is very nice, and I can anticipate what we might be doing here.
Yes.
So, anyway, you are going to flip with me, my dear. Let's see what we've gone with. I have bluffed. Oh!
I've gone Duel of the Fates.
Okay, Duel of the Fates. What does that do? This is a new one. I've not seen it.
There's quite a bit of text. Maul gains a dodge token and disengage if I wanted to end the fight. When Maul's engaged with an enemy unit, it cannot spend aim, dodge, standby, or surge tokens.
That is a very good counter to what I've got, because I've got Master of Evil, which means Vader gains a dodge token when he's issued an order. No use to him at the moment. And he's got the thing when he activates, he ruins everybody else's day with suppression tokens.
I bet you basically picked that card for me when you instigated the melee.
I was doing a little bit of a measure, wasn't I? It was like, what's coming next, Ben? So we'll put our order tokens out and we'll cut back in a second. And here we are with our tokens all laid out for turn 3. I've got one of my shore troopers to get an aim, one a squad of normal stormtroopers because it doesn't matter, and then Vader's got his dodge token that you've rendered useless, but you've got your dodge token ready to go. And Ben is now planning his defensive or offensive techniques with Maul, isn't it? We've just said off camera, it's rare anyone does go and get stuck into Maul, but now you've actually got a real choice of, do I play offensively or do I play numbers games?
So we've already got a dodge token, but if I flip to offensive stance, its dodge stack can't be used. So.
And it's also that tricky thing of like Vader can't use his dodge, and if you accidentally wipe him out, then Maul will get shot to pieces. It's a really hard decision, isn't it? So I'll leave you to think on that as we go to the first activation of turn 3.
Okay, so Darth Maul is going to activate first. We're keeping defensive stance, so it means we've started accumulating a dodge pal token, so we can
you gain 2 more dodge tokens here, don't you?
When I do a dodge action, which is going to be his first one. So he's got a nice stash of dodge tokens there.
You won't lightsaber me, Vader.
There was the alternative option was to get offensive stance, but then it would have left him very exposed the rest of the turn unless he had a completely brilliant saber hit and took Vader out.
Yeah, definitely.
So the measured view for turn 3 is
the measured view.
Yeah.
The balanced approach to life. So swinging a bucket of dice against me.
Yeah.
And I can't use my dodge token here, can I? Because of the Duel of Fates. There you go, mate. See how you do. Oh, it's not.
Yeah.
It's not amazing.
3.
3 hits.
Yeah.
And I am immune to pierce, which is good.
Yeah.
So 3 saves on Lord Darth Vader. Let me just move these to one side. Come on, Vady babes. Oh, it takes all 3.
He
takes all 3 because he does not
cancelling the dodge
surge
token
defensively. Because cancelling the dodge token, it would have made a difference because of deflect. So really nicely done. He's at half wounds now.
Yep.
Anything for your third actions?
There's nothing really on to do. We could move out with disengage, but Vader's got relentless.
We've halved his HP, so well done there.
Yeah.
Well, Vader's had enough of your nonsense. Like, if you're going to keep dodging, if you're not going to fight with, just taking his lightsaber the way he prefers, he's just going to shove you out the way. So I'm going to force push Maul out the way because he's being mean and he's winning in combat against me. And then Vader's going to instead mosey on round. We've measured this. He's going to move once. He's going to move a second time, which he can get into combat here.
Yep.
And he's going to relentless stab some droids. So
I need to move these to create the...
Chunk them round, my dear. So this is going to be 6 dice going into the droids. Impact 3, but also piercing 3. So see how we do. Many. That is...
There's a lot of
5 saves there. So
and you've got PS3.
I have PS3, so there's a chance that you might have one left.
Probably the greatest.
I'll get these dice out of the way for you.
B1 defenders there's been if they
This would be an incredible defensive roll. No. No, he does the
It's not the worst B1 roll, but no.
It's worth saying as well, when he actually activated Darth Vader, he would have given Maul and the droids... Can the droids get suppressed, those little probes? Are they able to be suppressed?
Probe, yeah.
Right, so he's going to chuck out 3 suppression tokens here, 3 suppression tokens here. It would have also hit the droids, but he's just cleared that squad, so that's it. And the tank can't be suppressed, so nice work, Vader. I love that Vader's just staring down a tank now.
Yeah.
Like, totally got this.
Yeah. Well, they're just stood at the back.
They're cheerleaders. That's what the Empire does. They're really proud of him. I don't actually think I can physically get into your deployment with most of those squads now. So you're going to go, you've gone to random order pool?
Yeah, and we've got the probe droids. Now, they've just accumulated 3 suppression from Darth Vader.
You're welcome. You're more than welcome for that.
Yeah, we're very grateful. Obviously, they're well outside range of the tank, even without the war-weary conditions. So
3 dice for your rally step then, mate.
Rally step is
that's perfect.
not too bad.
So you've got 1 left, so...
they will be suppressed by their droid troopers.
They care not.
So they can act as normal.
So where would you like to go?
So... Okay, so we've unexpectedly been able to perform a full action. Now these are hover 1, so they can easily ignore the height of that terrain. So we come over here and
there's
start
some tactical
to
thinking off camera there to make sure he's got him.
The deployment zone, and we're going to lose our incognito now because we're going to attack those stormtroopers.
Fear the rocket launcher, fear it!
So they're bringing 2 white dice each, and it's a suppressive weapon.
Oh, very nice.
Which will be nice because it might disrupt their turn as well.
Absolutely might disrupt their turn.
They do have attack surge. Again, they're not your unit you're expecting 2 damage to go through.
2 successes?
Oh, well, they've got 1 suppression, so light cover will eat 1.
Oh, it will. Well, thank you for remembering that. So 1 save to make here on a red die. Fail. So I will lose my rocket launcher, sadly, and we get, 2 suppression?
2 suppression. Yeah.
Oh, this poor man. Poor man. He's going to melee some droids in a second. That's what he's going to do. And that's you all done?
Yep.
Over to me then, and I'd go for an optimistic Shore Trooper activation. Let's see how they do. Are they going to rally? No, they are not. They are suppressed at the moment. So I am going to have to split my shooting. So my first Shore Trooper here is going to shoot at Darth Maul. He is rolling a black dice. Please roll a crit. He does roll a crit. That is great. So, defense save for you, mate?
Yeah. He's okay.
Makes it. You do gain a suppression, though.
Yeah.
We'll keep stacking those up. And then I've got the good gun, which is going to fire 2 black dice and 2 white dice at El Tanque Grande. And we're going to fish for crits here because we are crit 1 as well, so we need surges. We get a crit and a hit. So I'm going to spend my aim token.
Yep.
And we'll re-roll the black and a white. See if we can get a surge or a crit. We get a surge, so that will be 2 saves on the tank there, my dear.
No surges.
No defensive surges. That's 2 that ping into its armour.
Yep.
Best they could really manage.
Okay, so my last activation is the tank, everyone's favourite.
You realise that you can't shoot Vader, he's too close.
Yes, Vader's come within range 1. So,
Totally played for that.
I do have a range 1 gun on the unit card, but it's not the best gun. It might get a wound, but we'd rather put more firepower.
We'd rather roll
unit.
dice, yeah, definitely.
So the Stormtrooper unit over there is at full strength, so they're an obvious target.
Lovely.
So we're going to throw the laser cannon, base weapon, and the high energy shells, which have cycled back round for this turn.
Fantastic.
In combination, it's 6 red and a white dice with critical 3 stacking in.
Ooh.
Obviously, perform an aim action first of all.
Yep. Go for it then, my dear. Oh, it's not bad.
We'll spend 1 of the criticals to do that. And then we'll spend the aim token to reroll the 2 red dice. And there we go.
Many hits.
6 hits going through.
6 hits. No cover or anything for me because you're looking out above it.
Yep.
3, 4, 5, 6. Now, I haven't been able to roll red dice all game, so let's see how this goes. So, normal Stormtroopers live. We don't surge defensively. I've just rolled that one over.
Yeah.
So that is 2 dead.
Yeah.
I mean, I'll take it.
Yeah.
I'll take it. They gain a suppressed token. But aside from that, we're pretty much all good with that. So, anything else from the tank?
No, that's all.
Lovely. Over to me, I'm going to go with this squad of Stormtroopers. They're going to see if they can rally. They don't have Vader there to hold their hand. They do! Life is good. Right, I could aim here, but I've already pre-planned this a little bit. They're going to move to this position, nya, and they're going to make sure they stay just within 3 of your little droids that are over there, mate. Yeah. And I'm going to split fire because that is a thing. So, my 3 normal Stormtroopers are going to shoot at this droid unit that are too close to my deployment, and I do not appreciate that. So 3 normal dice, seeing how we do. They do surge to hit, which is nice, and then that would be eaten by your suppression.
Wait, not for a droid trooper?
Not for a droid trooper,
no.
So...
2
hits then, my dear?
1 save.
1 save, take a hit. And you gain another suppression token if you want to fish this one out.
Yeah.
And then my DLT is going to have an optimistic impact 1 shot at your tank. So let's see how we do. 2 red dice. That is perfect to convert that hit to a crit. And that is 2 shots that go through, mate.
2 wounds.
2 wounds! That's the best, because Ian off camera has just got a gas, his mouth aghast there. Look, we had to have the dice go the right way at some point. So that Stormtrooper, they will get promoted to death. Inferno Troopers, presuming Maul doesn't eat them for breakfast later. Come on then, little Stormtrooper, you're my last random order pool. You have 3 suppression tokens. You'll be okay. You'll be okay. You remove 1. You are panicked.
He is.
He just runs off the board and dies. Oh, Ben, this has got a little bit squeaky now, hasn't it? This is very, very finely poised. I mean, you have 2 units that are very close to my deployment, but then if Vader can anti-tank...
Yes, then you've got 2 very close.
Yeah, I think if I stay in the tank's face, it can't do as much to me. That's my hope and prayers here. So, let's go to our cards. I think we know by no surprise I'm going to play a 1-pip here.
And likewise...
Oh,
noting Darth Maul's was his...
Very nice. So you get an extra one. So, what does your one do?
It's basically, in this context of the game, it will give the tank the order and it's 1-pip.
Perfect.
Because there's no other units near it now. At this context in the game, it's an order to the tank.
Lovely. So we go to the red dice here.
Yep.
So shields for me.
Yep.
That's a blank. It's going to be you. That's going to be absolutely critical. So let's go put our orders down. And here we are with our order tokens out. And to no surprise, there's a tank with a token.
Yep.
And there's a Vader with a token.
Yes.
And carnage is going to come in now.
It's going to happen.
First activation of the penultimate turn, it's going to be the droids.
Okay, so naturally the tank's going to activate first. And we've got some stormtroopers trying to converge on the deployment area, so we need to try and...
Don't want any of that happening.
Really thin that unit. I'm going to perform an aim action first, and then we're going to perform a shot again, Arsenal 2 as usual. So the laser cannon and this time it's the armour piercing shells. That doesn't really do anything other than add the dice to the pool because it's no impact to...
I am in hard cover just because of the angle of the shot tier, so the aim token is a very sensible choice, I think, mate. So roll your bucket of dice at me. Let's see how many wounds I'm going to take. Oh, don't need your aim token really there, unless you want to fish for crits.
Well, because they're going to get eaten by the cover, and then we could end up with blanks. So
that's very fair.
I think it's probably best just to conserve.
So that is 5 saves I need to make on 4 dudes with red dice.
Yeah.
Come on, guys. They do not surge defensively, Stormtroopers. That is 2 saved, which means 3 wounds still go through.
But the leader's still there.
The leader's still there, but you have taken away the DLT.
Yeah.
And there is a suppression token there, which is something that we will need to worry about. So, very good shooting. Okay, you've seen man versus shark. You've seen man versus maul. It's now man versus tank. Vader is going to double walk. I wanted to see if I was in range for a single walk to chuck a lightsaber at Maul. I'm not quite because of the overhang of this model, because, you know, it's hard to get in. So he's going to go to there, and then basically we've pre-measured. He's going to tuck right. He's literally going to touch the tank and be like, yes. Sturdy construction droid. Let's see how it lasts against a lightsaber. So, 6 dice.
Yeah.
See how we do. We don't surge, so it's not the greatest. So I don't think he's going to blow it up this turn.
No.
That is 3 successes. Pierce 3.
And impact 3.
And impact 3.
Yeah.
So,
yeah.
basically, 3 wounds there going through.
It hits its vehicle damage threshold, so...
Lovely. So you will need to roll a dice for that, mate. So, roll away. That is a hit. The mini is damaged and gains a damage token. When a player activates a damage unit, they roll a white defense dice. If the roll is blank, the vehicle performs 1 fewer action during its activation. Yep. I mean, pretty solid. Pretty solid. And that is Vader all done. He's just going to stand there stroking the tank.
Okay, so we've drawn the probe droids out of the random order pool. Now they're going to try and be heroic and take out a shore trooper.
Totally doable.
We need to rally first. We succeed.
You do, nicely done.
So we remove a suppression token. And now they're at range 2, they can see 1 shore trooper, so this can do maximum 1 damage.
So aim shot?
We're going to do an aim shot, and it's 2 white dice per mini, so that's 2 coming in a suppressive
they're not
weapon.
bad at shooting, they're not bad at shooting, are they?
We'll take that one and spend the aim token.
Well then. Hit. Right, so we've got a save. I mean, to be fair, either way, a hit is a hit, isn't it, in a sense? So, a save, please. Hey, we do get a suppression, though.
Yeah.
Because it's suppressive, does it still add another suppression? Because you hit, or do you have to wound for the suppressive to come in?
It'll be, 2 suppressions.
2 suppressions. That is still handy, then, because, you know, panic is a thing in this game.
Yep.
And that is your droids all done. Okay, we're going to go with Johnny Stormtrooper here. He's unfortunately still not within compel range, but he's going to see if he can clear this. He does. Very good. Yep. He's just going to double walk and be a nuisance. So he's going to walk to here. And then he's going to wrap himself perfectly just inside your deployment zone there. And he's going to point also at the tank. He also wants to stroke the tank.
Okay, so my last activation is Darth Maul. Now he's got 3 suppression tokens, courage 3, so hopefully we can do this. But Geo Mastery is quite helpful because suppression will take him down to 2, which is a standard activation. So I'm going to roll the rally and remove one of them, which is convenient.
And then he's going to shimmy?
Yes, we're going to move to here, which puts us in nice range of both of those shore troopers. And then we're going to...
Lob a lightsaber.
Chuck a lightsaber at those.
Do I get the hard cover here because half of my unit is technically across the base? I mean, you're piercing the living daylights out here either way, aren't you? Go on, see how we do.
Okay, so we'll throw the lightsaber and we'll get 3.
So hard cover will take...
2 of them away.
Oh, I mean, that's okay then, I'll take it.
Yep.
I mean, I was suppressed anyway, which was lucky, but... Oh, you take the good gun away though, Ben.
Yeah.
You take the good gun away and that's heartbreaking. And I get another suppression token?
Yep.
Oh dear.
And then Darth Maul has 1 action left. We're just going to head in this direction. Over here.
Lovely. And then there was one little shore trooper. What are you going to do, my dear? Let's see. Oh, he gets rid of 1. That means he's going to panic because his courage is only 2 and Vader's not there. he's just going to be like, nope, do not want any of this business. I'm going to run away and stand over here. And here we are at the end of turn 4, and that Shore Trooper running away has basically guaranteed you 2 points because he didn't get a shot to fire at those droids. So it's all down to Tanky Tankerson here, and we've just been looking at the displacement rule. I think it's going to be 2-2. We're going to play out the turn, but we think it's going to be 2-2. So we'll go to our command cards, mate. I've gone for my 2-pip, new ways to motivate.
I've got the Phantom Menace.
Lovely. What does your one do then?
Maul cannot attack enemy units beyond range to Maul cannot attack him.
Oh,
so
lovely.
he's basically just going to...
He's safe. He hangs out.
Yeah.
New ways to motivate them would be basically make someone else take a wound to do an extra action. No. Because they'll die. So we'll do our 50-50 shield for me, mate. And it'll be me going first. So we'll put out our order tokens and we'll cut back. And here we are all set up, and to no surprise, it's Vader and the Stormtrooper next to him, and then the lonely, cowardly Shore Trooper is just going to stand there and not hit Maul, and Maul won't hit him. They'll just respect each other's boundaries, like any good soldier should. So first activation of turn 5, we're going to go with the Empire. Vader, the quickest model in the game. He's in the enemy deployment, so he is going to just take an aim. And he's going to really line up this shot with his 6 red dice. And we need 2 successes here, don't we, Ben, for it to go through. So, I mean, that'll do. He'll explode the tank. I mean, you get to choose a new commander now. I presume it's basically Maul, who basically, with his droids, he's like, I'm in charge. But yes, that's Vader all done. He's very happy with life. The Stormtrooper next to him is like, good job, boss.
Yes.
He's like, yeah, good job.
Okay, so I'm going to activate Darth Maul. He's going to rally. He keeps his suppression token, but he's fine, courage 3. And obviously, he's been very respectful this turn.
Yeah.
He
doesn't want to be shot. He doesn't want to shoot. So
he's just going to perform a move into the deployment zone.
Lovely. Okay, this is the last main activation of anything to go, and then we'll just move our troops in. So the Shore Trooper here is going to see if he gets rid of his suppression. He does. He's a happy boy. That is nice. He's going to see if he can
He's seen what Vader did, and he's like, I want
like,
to be back involved.
I am ready for this. So he's going to ignore that. I mean, do you know, if I'm in my deployment zone, does that count as minus points for you? That's how the game works, isn't it? Yeah. So he's going to walk to here. Annoyingly, he hasn't got the ability to completely ruin these guys, but he's just going to fire a shot with his black dice.
That was the key last turn of game.
Absolutely was, because if he would have got one shot off, could have made a huge difference. Let's see if he hits. Well... Never mind.
Yeah, he's seen the example and not followed.
He can't quite do it. So what we're going to do is just move our Stormtrooper and our droids in, and we'll go to the end of the turn. And here we are at the end of the game, and yeah, it's 2-2 by 4-4 technically.
4-4,
we'll call it 4-4.
There's no units with secret mission or bounty that could have added extra.
No, not at all.
So 2-2-4-4.
Maul and his droids did the job.
Yeah.
Good work. Vader and his one Stormtrooper are all pointing off screen. They're pointing at the rest of the droid army they've now got to deal with.
Yeah. And that Shore Trooper's just stood behind some rocks.
He's not doing great, is he? So 4-4. Good game, sir. Good game. Well done. And we will go to the endgame summary next. What a hard-fought draw.
Yes.
Heroics, both lightsaber wielders live.
Turn 4, turn 5 was
a little bit of a quick kind of just shimmy it round. But actually, after the big fight between Maul and Vader, somehow they both walked away. Did he run away,
The fight was Darth Maul.
Did he run away? Or did he take away the high priority? Did he kill your commander?
He did.
Did he take the most expensive model of the game off the board?
Possibly.
Yeah. So
he didn't run away from the fight.
Does it matter that Maul beat him up and made him cry a little bit? I'll tell you what actually was the most interesting thing there. The War Weary made a huge difference to how Empire plays, because Compel, which is the new thing for Vader, we only saw early on. I think in the next game it's going to be really interesting, because that'll be more useful. But I think you, again, didn't have to worry too much about the AI.
No, AI, because...
Do you find on skirmish it's less important just because of the range of stuff?
Yeah, and also I think because it's a small list, and I had 2 heavy hitters who didn't have AI. Like the B1s were sort of secondary to this list. I know Separatists play, they can be the main focal point, and we've done that as well. But this list, it was...
Maul's incredible. Like Maul's cards alone, like the Jewel of Fates ignoring the dodge token, it was just like, I think he forced my hand to push him away then, because I was like, well, I can't win this, and he's got 3 dodge tokens and 2 aim tokens, and there's a tank there, and...
And brings 2 1-pips.
Yeah, great. I think the MVP are those probe droids. Every time
the probe droids every game.
They get points every game, don't they? And I think my one Shore Trooper is an absolute disgrace to the Imperium. I think Vader's going to force choke him before he gets back to the ship. But do let us know what you thought of the game. Hopefully you've enjoyed it. As we always say, we're very much casual players playing this game for fun, and we encourage you to do the same. And hopefully it's inspired you to give one of these lists a go. So we've had clones.
Yep. Just about.
Pre-errata class, yeah, we don't really count them. We've had droids beautifully done, so that means there's one more faction to play against in this season, and that is going to be the Rebels. So that's going to be interesting to see how the OG core set.
Yeah.
Before I then change factions and then play filthy clones, probably, because that's what we're going to do. We're just going to keep winding them off camera. But no, if you've enjoyed this, please do let us know in the comments. Obviously, you've been waiting a while for us to be able to do this because of the errata, and we really enjoy Legion. It's great fun, and there's plenty of more that we want to do in the future. So have a lovely day, stay safe, and we'll see you in the next one. Bye. Well, a massive thank you for watching that video, guys. Really hope you enjoyed it. If you want to find some more, they should be over here. And if you want to support the channel and the content that we create here, there's links to our Patreon and merchandise in the description below. Take care.